Starday Jernigan here. Welcome back to my channel. This is 100 meals with the Instant Pot, my absolute favorite appliance. This is quick, easy, fast, and we're gonna be making cabbage rolls. So there's a bunch of different ways you can make cabbage rolls. This is the quickest, the easiest way that I've ever made it. So I'm first gonna take my rack and I'm gonna put it in my Instant Pot. Then I'm gonna put 1 cup of water. You never want to put stuff in an Instant Pot that doesn't have any liquid because it will burn. So you always want one minimum of 1 cup of liquid in there, and preferably water if possible. And I'm gonna take my raw frozen meat and I'm gonna place it on the rack. Keep in mind that this meat is not soaking, in the water, it's on the rack. So all I'm doing is I'm defrosting that meat. So when I get this out of here, the meat is still gonna be pink in the inside because I don't wanna fully cook it, because then I'm not gonna be able to mix all the other ingredients to make the meatballs that I wanna make. But you know what? I love making things quick and easy. So instead of defrosting the meat and then getting these cabbage leaves all soft and ready to wrap, I'm gonna do it all in one thing, all together. So I have my raw meat on the rack, then I'm gonna put in my cabbage roll and put it right next to it. So I take my lid, spin it, and I'm gonna pressure cook for 5 minutes. I'm gonna go custom high, and we're gonna do 5 minutes, and then start. You're going to decide how long you like it on there. Sometimes I'll just do the pressure for 5 minutes and then take it out. Do the on high for 5 minutes and take it out. And then I also have a 10-minute of pressure after that. I probably won't wait the full 10 minutes, but maybe like 5 minutes into it. Just the outside is gonna be brown, but when you break it open, it's gonna be red. So it's not gonna be the same exact texture as you're used to with the ground beef because you're using it from frozen. But oh my goodness, it's incredible. And I never remember to set and defrost my meat in the fridge, like ever. So it's just a quick and easy way to kind of kill 2 birds with 1 stone, defrost, get your cabbage leaves ready. And when this is done here, we'll come back and then I'll show you the next steps. Meat mixture, right? I'm gonna mix the meat with dry rice, 1 egg, black pepper, salt, a 1/2 cup of onion. I don't usually measure it exactly because I don't want to dirty too many dishes. So what I do is I just take a little bit more than a 1/2 onion or a 1/2 onion, just depends on what I feel like. And you can do garlic powder if you would like. You could do a teaspoon of garlic powder, or if you're like me, you could just do 3 garlic cloves. A lemon or a lime. I'm using a lime just because that's what I have. Okay, now that I'm almost ready, I'm going to let the pressure, because I don't want to wait another 7 minutes. So I did high for 5 minutes, and then there was a 10-minute pressure that's on an automatic setting on my Instant Pot, but there's about 7 minutes left. I don't want to wait that time, so I'm just going to let it go already, which is probably better because I don't want the meat to be too much cooked. And I know I keep saying 5 minutes, but really it's 4 minutes. So don't worry, I'm gonna put the correct ratios and ingredients all in the description of this video. So let's take a look at what we have here. We're gonna make the meat mixture. And what that's gonna be is not do the 10 minutes of pressure because that will way overcook it. And then I'm gonna take the meat out. Okay, and just so you can look, based on how long I left it in there, you should be able to break it apart. You would definitely not. See, this is actually even a little bit more done than I probably should have. No, actually, it's fine. It may be a slightly frozen-ish. See how it's still red? It's still raw. That's what you're gonna see. I'm gonna leave the meat juices, that 1 cup in there, because I'm gonna use that for the sauce. Now we're gonna take 1/3 cups of dry ice. So you heard it right. You probably heard so many times where you cook rice and then you mix it in the meat mixture to make it easy peasy. I literally put dry rice, 1/3 cup, and then I'm gonna do 1 egg. The attachment that I'm gonna use is this one. Because it came from frozen, I want to make sure that it's mixed really well, and this does the job of mixing everything really, really good together. All right, we're going to do 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper. Okay, and then we're going to do 1 teaspoon of salt. Okay, now you're gonna add the onions, the 1/2 cup of onions, which, oh my goodness, I did more like 1 cup or more of onions, but anyways, that's just gonna add more flavor. So it's totally up to you and what you have time for. We're gonna mix it all together, and I'm gonna do it on the stir setting. And then after I feel like it mixed together pretty well, I could do probably a speed 2, but I wanna mix that really good. And then what I like to do is take an ice cream scooper and use an ice cream scooper to scoop up the meat so that it's really easy. Just one like this. And if the leaf is really big, I may just go ahead and do several scoops. So while that is mixing, let's not forget our sauce. So this sauce is super easy, because all I'm gonna take, I think that's pretty good. All I'm gonna take, and it may look funny, is I'm gonna take the currant juices. Remember, you added 1 cup of water. And so this is just the juices from the meat, the juices from the cabbage. We're gonna work smart, not hard, and we're gonna work with that and not empty it, because we wanna just be quick and easy and seamless. So from there, to make our sauce, we're gonna add 1/2 cup of water. So we got our cup in there, now we're gonna add 1/2 cup of water. Okay. And then we're gonna do 1 can of tomato sauce. If you would like, you can even take tomatoes that have been sitting there for a while. Maybe they're kind of mushy and they're not good to eat. What I'll do is I'll just stick that in a blender, and as long as it equals the same amount, I'll put that in there. But I do have some tomatoes I could do that with, but I'm in a little bit of a rush today. So I just think it's easier to take this can of tomato sauce, and there's nothing in it. Literally, it's just sea salt and tomato sauce. That's it. So that's another thing, is if you are gonna do straight up blended tomatoes, you wanna make sure you add enough salt, because then it may not be salty enough if you don't use a can. So from there, you can use like 2 teaspoons of sugar. I usually don't do a ton of sugar. I'm just gonna take a little bit. Just like a small spoonful, right? Just not very much, and just drizzle it in there. And that just gives it a really yummy flavor. I mean, not necessary, but I think it tastes really good. Okay, from there, we're gonna do 1 tablespoon of butter. And let's say if you are dairy-free or butter-free, then feel free to do any kind of replacement kind of butter, as long as it's similar texture to this. So I'm just guessing the amount of 1 tablespoon. And then I'm gonna do a tablespoon of lime or lemon. And you know what, 2 tablespoons, I'm sorry. Instead of like measuring it, I'm just gonna do 1 whole lime. And actually it would be even better if I have like a lemon squeezer. That would be so much better, but it's dirty right now. And we're gonna do 2 tablespoons of cornmeal. And what I love about this recipe, because my sister-in-law has celiac disease, is it is gluten-free, as long as you check your products and make sure that they don't have any hidden gluten in there. So I'm just gonna sprinkle that in. And you know what I absolutely love about this is I stick all the ingredients for the sauce. I don't even mix it together, you guys. I just put all the ingredients in there, and that's it. I don't worry about mixing it together or anything like that. So my sauce is in there ready to go at the bottom, but keep in mind I still have the rack. And what I'm gonna put on the rack is I'm gonna wrap my meat mixture in the cabbage leaves, and I'm just gonna place them on the rack, then we're gonna start it. So I have my ice cream scooper, and so I'm gonna gently take the leaves, and if it's not perfect, you guys, don't worry about it. Like, it doesn't have to be perfect. See, I may have put this in a little bit long, because look at my leaves are falling apart, but it may be a little bit messy, but that's fine, you know? So first, let me take this thing out. So I'm gonna take this in the ice cream scooper, and I'm just gonna stick it in the leaf and roll it up. And like I said, because I cooked it a little bit long, it's not gonna be perfect, and it doesn't have to because it still tastes amazing. And I'm gonna set it on the rack. And if you didn't overcook these leaves, like I overcooked them, so it's probably fine if I have the vein in there, but you might want to cut out the vein. It's totally up to you. Okay, you guys, I'm here at the end where I have a little bit of meat mixture left, like a tad, and I have a little bit of cabbage left. And let's just say I want to just get this done. The kids are driving me crazy, right? So what you're gonna do, because you know we have busy days, is because the outer leaves were really soft and these ones are a little bit harder. So sometimes I will just take the meat mixture and I will just put the rest on the top because it's gonna taste good no matter what. And let's say you don't, even to begin with, you don't even want to do it this way where you wrap all of them. You could even begin it like that and make it just all cut up. That's a way too that you could do it if you're in a rush and you're in a hurry and you don't want to wrap them all. But I just kind of cover the top of it with the rest of the cabbage that's left. Now, what you're gonna do is you're gonna put your Instant Pot for 17 minutes on high. The sauce is below it, and on the top are all the cabbage rolls. And guys, it tastes amazing, and hope you enjoy. Join me next week. I post a YouTube video every Monday for Meal Monday, a new Instant Pot recipe for busy mamas or busy ladies, any of you guys that don't have a lot of time and you want to make a quick, easy meal. I don't do them perfectly, but I just find a way to do them quicker than the traditional way. So please give it a thumbs up if you found it helpful. Share this video with your friends that have Instant Pots and are looking for recipes. And I appreciate all the love and support. Don't forget, in the description of this video, you'll find the recipe so you don't have to write it down. All right, you guys, it's all done, and it is going to be amazing. So I have this dish right here that I'm gonna put it all in. And what I love about the Instant Pot most, or one of the reasons, is that if you're not ready to use it, you can keep it on the keep warm setting for a really long time, and it will still be warm and ready for you to use, especially if you have someone else that isn't gonna be home yet and you don't want it to get cold. So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the rack, and it's one of the racks, I can't see it, so hold on. Here it is. I'm gonna grab the rack, both ends of it. Some of them fell in, and I'm just gonna pour, and it's okay if they kind of fall apart. Here are the delicious cabbage rolls. And then we're gonna take this, and this is where all the goodness is, and the sauce. I didn't even have to mix it, you guys. And then I'm gonna just pour it all on top. Incredible, delicious dish of cabbage rolls. Hope you guys enjoy, and stay tuned for the next recipe.